Terrence Popp here with an episode from the Lair. Well, it's not the Lair. I'm in transition. What can I say? And, the bar's closed, so we're going to film it here. And we had a casualty last night. Apple down. We need more apple.
I want more apple.
It's all gone.
It's so delicious.
It is so delicious.
This is all that's left.
We were drinking last night.
I drink to your demise.
May it be far off and full of blood.
Oh my.
Yeah.
I suppose we're all full of blood.
May it be bloody when it was bloody when you came in. May it be twice as bloody when you go out. See you in Valhalla. Anyway, we had some people out there complaining about all of the clips are from House because first of all, we both like House because it's dry humor. It's true and it's right to the point. But if you have any better ideas for shows you want to see clips from, comments below. We'll be more than happy to use them. Another thing I want to talk about, if you haven't guessed by now, I'm on the conservative side, and I'm a big fan of the NRA.
Wait, what?
Yeah!
I didn't get the memo.
Who would have thought?
Son of a bitch. I'm gonna go watch the Young Turks Space Coast.
No. Like, my daughters, apparently there was the first walkout. My daughters were like, the school made them go out there and do their thing. And so there was another one like last week, I think, sometime. And I remember I texted my daughters and I said, you will not participate in the walkout in any way, shape, or form. And if I hear that you did, and I'm watching now since I'm retired, I will make your life a living hell, and I will bring a lawsuit against the school, and I will make sure that they know you're my daughter so you get nothing but shit for the rest of the time you're here. So if they say, hey, we're going on a walkout, you just say, I respectfully decline. And that's exactly what they did. And another side note here, there's the Constitution of the United States. This is basically what this country was built on. And we have the youth of today want to water that down until it's gone. And they've started attacking the First Amendment by, censoring the shit out of everyone who has a non-fucking leftist liberal fucking idea. And now they want to do away with the Second Amendment because of school shootings. Okay, so let's just put this into perspective. Yes, school shootings are terrible. They really are. But every one of the school shooters but one came from a single mother home. What does that say? Toxic masculinity is cooked into existence in the house of a single mother. Boom. Of course, they're going to hate me for that, but that is the absolute truth. Okay. Now, there's a reason why you have the First Amendment, and right behind it you have the Second Amendment, the right to keep and bear arms. Because without the ability for the general population to stand up against its own government, because if you look back through history, every government has a 100% chance, and it has happened, of going off the fucking rail. They all do it at some point or another if they go long enough. And if the people can't put it back on the rail, then you get like millions of people get smoked, put in pits and shot, and it's just bad. But also, we're taking our word from the left who say, we don't want to kill our kids. Well, since basically the beginning of 1960 in the Western world, there have been like 1.5 to 2 billion abortions, which is more dead than any war, disease, or religion can ever dream of in all of history, going back, 6,000 goddamn years. But that's just my opinion. That's my opinion. What do you think? Am I wrong?
No.
All right. So today we're going to go through some Ranger School stories about food, starvation, and the suck. Ranger School.
I love that your bullet points look like tits.
Titty number one.
Titty number one.
Yeah, dials and pegs. Love them. Okay. We're going to talk about some Ranger School shit here. All right, so we're going to go into Florida phase. I already told you about the MRE thing, taking that one RI's MRE and how they made us all dump our rocks and throw off. Which, by the way, dumping your rucksack was like fairly common, and why I didn't get caught with my SIG 226 is beyond me. I made it through like 8 dumps in inspections of my shit, and they never found it. Or maybe they did, they just didn't care because it wasn't contraband. I don't know.
I've still got ice.
Okay.
I've still got ice, and this
All right.
shit is good.
All right. There was a couple incidences in Ranger School. It happened in Florida phase. I knew a guy who actually was an armorer there, so he hooked me up with some shit on the side, which was a pretty good deal. We lived through it was basically a Category 1 hurricane, and they wouldn't let us come inside. That sucked. That was 8 hours of driving rain, and literally half my body was a welt. That rain is coming down so hard, it just stings your body. You know, I was all fucked up. Good thing I was, 21 and indestructible. So we're doing the Florida phase, and I was the far right security on an ambush. Me and this other guy, I don't remember who it was, just call him Ranger School Snuffy Guy 1. And, out there in the Eglin Air Force Base, it's the swamp area, and then part of it's swamp, part of it isn't. But people live out there. It is bizarre. So I'm out there, and we're on this, dirt road, and I hear this barking of dogs. And it's not like one dog barking. I mean, it's a menagerie of dogs just going crazy. So I tell, Ranger School Snuffy number 1, I'm like, hey, I'm going to go check that out. I'll be right back. So I go walk out there, and there's a trailer. It looks kind of run down. And then there's like this kennel. He's got 4 or 5 hunting dogs in it that's brand new. I mean, it looks like it should have been reversed. Like he should have lived in the kennel and his dog should have lived in the trailer. But no, that's not how it was. And there was a barrel out there, and on top of it, there's a lid. And I look over, I open the lid, and I look, and it's full of kibble. And I'm like, I take one out. Like, not bad, kind of oaky. Take off my hat, fill it full of kibble, go back to the hole, I remember I get back in there, I'm like, and the Ranger School Snuffy number 1's like, what are you eating? I'm like, oh, it's just dog food. He's like, oh, that's gross. Give me some. So he and I ate this one PC hatful of this like dog food, which was quite tasty at the time, because you don't seem to understand, when you are on the verge of starvation, your taste buds just say, fuck it. We're going to eat whatever it is. Like, you look at it, you're like, that's full of fat. I'm going to eat that. I don't care what it tastes like. That's exactly how it works. Some people out there are like, I would never eat that. That's impossible. That bullshit. You never starved, bitches. So we eat the food. The mission goes off, and what do? I'm not thinking it through. I pound a canteen of water. Now, what does dog food do when you get it wet? It expands. So literally, I'm like, ooh, and like this weird phenomena takes place. When you're starving, and then you stuff your stomach full of food like that, all the blood in your body goes to your stomach to digest. So literally, it looked like I was high or drunk. I'm like slurring my speech. I'm fine. I mean, I felt like I was on morphine or something. It was insane. And the funny part, the next day when I'm taking a dump in a cat hole, I felt like a dog. You walk out in the backyard and see your dog doing the...
Please tell me you didn't scoop your ass on the carpet.
No, I mean, it was like this long, man. It was one hell of a gut snake. But I'll tell you, that's some good shit right there. Figuratively. Okay, at the end of Ranger School, you have like 2 or 3 missions. At least this is how it used to be. Where you actually get in the Zodiacs and you paddle around and do some shit. And the last one, there's a huge movement to this one island, and you got to tackle this guy and fight off these guys and take them prisoner. So the day before, you're walking around, you're doing your deal, and you're practicing, and they want to make sure you know what you're doing so you don't kill anybody. Cool. So me and the rest of the people on our Zodiac are walking out, we're on line. There's like 9 other boats. We're in line to get in the water. And we're walking by the pickup truck of one of the RIs. And I look in there, and there's a box of milk bones. I already ate the dog food. Might also have the dog treat. I pick it up, put it underneath my life preserver. And we're rolling out there, and I remember we're doing trying to keep up, and I pull them out. I'm like, what are you eating? I'm like, nothing. Now, and they all want a milk bone, so I give them all milk bones, like 2 or 3 apiece. And we're falling back. We're trying to keep up. We're going all over the place because there was like stuff in their face. These were pretty good. All of them were good except the green ones. Green ones, I couldn't do it. They were just not good. I couldn't do it. So like literally right before we land on the island, we take the milk bone box, swamp it, sink it. Everybody gets rid of all the evidence. Worked out just fine. And actually, other than being dry, milk bones are not bad. What are you going to do? It is what it is.
What are you going to do? I was 22.
Okay, now, in Rangers School, you have what's known as some students they're international students. And they don't really, they never fail. They can't fail because a few years before this happened, they failed a guy, and he went back to his country, and they cut his head off and then mailed his head back to the school because it was a huge insult, and they just wanted, it was like some weird cultural thing. That's a true fucking story. It's crazy as fuck. But in my class, I had this guy from Hong Kong. He had a real thick Chinese accent, small guy, and me, and like 4 other guys in my squad. We came up with the, we're in mountain phase, and we came up with the garbage shakedown. So when we'd hit the objective, my team, we were supposed to sweep through and pick up all the PIR and IR, which is informational requirements and primary informational requirements, which basically everything on the desk goes in a bag, trash, the whole deal. So he would come in there and he would hold this white light like, don't move, don't move, and we run in, and I run right to the trash, boom, and I go right through it real quick, because the MREs, when you're not starving, they taste like shit. So everyone throws away basically like the peanut butter and the jelly and bean component stuff. All the stuff that, has all the good calories, they throw it away because it's nasty. We'd go right to the trash, boom, boom, fill my pockets full of shit, and then we'd turn it in, and that would be it. And then we'd all go, we'd all divvy it up, whoop, 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 and all have our own little bit of food. So that was pretty cool. The garbage shakedown, no move! And he actually graduated and went back to Hong Kong, I think. So, Hong Kong, great guy. I don't remember his name. It was Chang something or other. We just called him Changy.
Changy.
Yeah. Everyone gets Ranger schools. You get like a fucking nickname. They just called me Popp because it's easy to remember. But no. He was called Changy. And then we had another guy who hated the French. I hate France, fuck the French. What was his nickname? Frenchie. Every time, hey Frenchie, I hate the goddamn French. I know you hate the French. Come over here, Frenchie. Shut up. Yeah, come on over here.
It's not a good idea to tell people what you hate when you're in a place that breeds irony.
Yeah. Okay, again, I was the administrative first sergeant, mountain phase, and they would make the food, and then you go through the chow hall. And literally, it happened to me once. I get my food, I go to sit down. They let you sit down for like 60 seconds. Like, get up, you're done. And that's it. You cannot eat. You can eat from there to the doorway, but after that, you have to put your food up. So some of these guys just would snap. They just couldn't, they freaked out. So I remember we're staying the night in the barracks, and I'm doing I'm the admin first sergeant, so I'm walking around checking bunks, making sure I know where everyone's at, and I'm missing 2 guys. So I'm like, okay, where are random Ranger Snuffy 1 and 2? Where the fuck's going on? I remember I walk out of the barracks, and I walk around back, and they are definitely they're in the fucking dumpster, they're in like this weird trance. So I come back there. I'm like, what the fuck are you doing? Get the hell out! And there's a whole sheet cake there. I'm like, get out of the dumpster, sheet cake. I remember I'm in there. I'm in the dumpster. Like for maybe 3 or 4 minutes. Like, what am I doing? And I jump out. I get them out of there. I run them upstairs. But I mean, that is the level of hunger that you get there. I mean, it is insane. Oh man. So, I mean, that was the dumpster dive. Now, here's another one that I actually became famous for. Okay, now, in mountain phase, in Florida Face, well, Mountain Face had, for whatever reason, they had a great chow hall. Maybe it was the fact that you're like thoroughly hungry by then, but they did have strawberry and blueberry and banana nut pancakes, and people just loved it. I'm not really a pancake eater, but in Ranger School, I pretty much ate anything. So it only took them one time going through the chow hall where I sat down, get up, and I didn't really get to eat. Or I remember, like the next time we went to the chow hall, I remember asking the RI, I'm like, what exactly are the rules of the chow hall? And he's like, this line right here, on that side line you can eat, and on this side line you can't. I'm like, okay, so if it's in my mouth on this side of the line, and I step across it, I'm still chewing, is that gonna count against me? He's like, no, you're gonna be all right. I'm like, okay, I just wanna get the rules. So next time I had my canteen, I opened up the top of the cap, took a tray and a big spoon. That's it, not even a plate. A plate just slowed me down. I remember I step up to the chow line, and the lady's like, honey, you don't have a plate. Just put it on the tray. And as soon as it hit the thing, like, I'd be like, cream of beef, whatever. Would you like this? Yes. I said no to nothing. And literally, I had the canteen in one hand, I'd be like. So by the time I got to the end of the chow hall, end of the chow line, just getting the food, 60% of the food was already gone. I really like, give me the monkey dicks! Like, ah! I mean, I would eat, it was insane. And then, if it was like a lunch, sometimes you went there for lunch or dinner where they'd actually have the salad bar. I'd have most of my food already eaten by the time I was walking to my seat, and I'd walk by the salad bar and just grab a big fucking handful of fucking peanut butter. I mean, it was insane. And I'm just washing it down. Am I chewing it? No, I am not. And it got to a point where every time at the chow hall, like, people would come on their day off to watch, and they'd be like, oh, this guy's a genius. Look at him go! And I literally, I'd be like, Popp, you're getting a major plus for that eating. That eating technique was outstanding. Ranger School. And it took like 3 years to unfuck my stomach from the damage that happened from having to eat like that. It was bad. I mean, I actually went and saw a doctor, and they had to put like this inflatable balloon down your throat and like re-stretch out your esophagus down there because I had fucked it all up eating like a goddamn barbarian. But if you don't do like, listen, you gotta survive, man. You gotta survive. And when you don't have enough time, guess what goes out the door? Manners and hygiene. You need to get the food in your stomach as fast as possible and eating like a gentleman and fuck that. Fuck it. You gotta eat. That's all I got for today, gentlemen. I hope it works out. Hope you like it.